And I just broke my mirror.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a new video. So we got 2 mods to install on the truck tonight. Very minor, very simple, but again, it's all in the small details. I love this kind of stuff. So I'm going to install both of them tonight. First one is probably the one that's sticking out in your face right now. This is a coolant tank cover. Now, I looked at a few options. You can do a full coolant tank replacement, but this is the easiest way to rid that really ugly coolant reservoir tank. I hate the thing. It's all faded and yellowed and gross. Obviously, if you have an issue with your tank, if it's cracked or leaking, then it's a good time to replace it. But mine is okay. Mine's totally fine. So I came across this Cobb coolant tank cover. So it simply just slips over it. It covers it so you don't see the ugliness. It has a little windows on the side as well, so you can see the coolant level so it's not totally hidden. And I'm a really big Cobb fanboy. I have a ton of Cobb stuff on my STI. So when I saw that they had this, it was kind of a no-brainer. They do have the really nice Cobb Redline intake as well as the cover for this in carbon as well. I have the Redline series on my STI. Love it. But the only issue with that, at least for the intake, is you need the access port for a tune. You can't run their intake without their tune. So that may be down the line if I decide to go that route. But for now, I decided to pick this up, see how it looks, see how I like it, and then go from there. Also, what we are installing tonight is another lighting piece. This is by Morimoto. All the lighting on my truck is by Morimoto. I'm a big fan of their products. Headlights, taillights, the fog lights are coming in soon. I'm doing the new 4-banger fog lights in yellow. So the last piece of the puzzle for me is the mirror turn signals. Now, the reason why I like these is because they are smoked. The ones on the truck currently are clear and they stand out a lot and they're kind of an eyesore on the mirror. These are smoked, so they're going to blend in nicely. Also, these are sequential, so they're going to match the XB LED headlights, so it's going to look nice and clean. They're much brighter, and I just think they look way better. Very, very simple install for both. This one just slips right on. These are literally a direct replacement. Goes right on just like factory, plugs right into the factory harness. So very, very straightforward. So it's not going to be too hard of an install, which is a good thing because tonight it's around 22 degrees out. And in my garage, the truck does not fit. So I have to leave the garage door open. So it gets a little chilly in here when it's that cold. So I'm going to pull the Telluride out, pull the truck halfway in so we can get these 2 mods installed on the truck. All right, guys, so this is the tank that I'm talking about. As you can see, pretty ugly looking. It's all yellowed out, and the coolant color is orange, so it kind of disrupts a pretty clean engine bay to begin with. And also, I have the engine intake with the wrinkled black finish, since the Cobb cover has the wrinkled black finish as well. So it's going to look really nice in there. And that is the only really big eyesore of the entire engine bay. Everything else is nice. Nothing really stands out too much. That cover back there, it's not too bad. It's nice and white, and it kind of is blocked by the heat shield, by the intake. So this is the only thing that really sticks out, obviously. So we're going to go ahead and install it. It's really simple. There's some bolts right here. These look like 8 or 10 millimeters on either side, and we're simply just going to loosen them and then slip the cover on. It's really that simple. Now, on Cobb's website, it says 17 plus. Mine's a 15, so it is a little bit different, it seems. It seems like the coolant hose is actually larger and over here, but I have 2 lines on this side, so I think it's going to fit. Hopefully it does. I really don't see the big differences between the 2 other than the actual hoses. So let's go ahead and see if it fits, hopefully, because if it doesn't, I'm going to be upset, but it should. So let's go ahead and get this slipped on. They supply this little foam strip, I guess, just to sit up against this nicely. So all you got to do is just apply it to the backing right here. They do send a little bit extra, so all you got to do is just cut it to size. So I'm just going to put it from here all the way to the other side. All right, next step, there's 2 10 millimeters, so one there and one on the other side. We're just going to remove them so the whole tank can move around, and then we can slip the cover on. Now that we got the cover slipped on, now I'm just going to use an extension and just put the bolts right back in the same location because the cover's actually slipped under the holes, so it's got to tighten down nice and secure. And there we go, installed. Super simple, looks really clean, way better in the engine bay. I mean, come on, it doesn't get easier than that. It's only like 65 bucks, I think, as opposed to a full tank replacement, which is around $300 or $400. Plus it's a lot messier. So this is a really simple solution if you're looking just for a simple install and just want to clean up the engine bay a little bit. Looks really, really good. It matches the nice wrinkled black on the wrinkled black engine intake. So really, really nice. Again, Cobb also makes this as well as their intake in the carbon fiber, which is their Redline series, which is also the same exact thing that I'm running on my STI. I'm sure if you guys follow me, you've seen that a million times. It's absolutely beautiful. The IATs are amazing. It's easily the best intake out there. So I'll probably upgrade to it at some point, but for now, this is a really good look. Very, very simple, very straightforward, very easy to install. So if you're not handy and you're just looking for something to clean up the engine bay, I highly recommend this. There's another one actually by JLT, which is the same brand as my oil catch can here, but it just covers the top. You can still see around it. So I wanted something that was going to completely cover it for the most part. I mean, you can come around the side and see it in there, but I actually like that little window so you can see the actual level. You can see it around the back, but I mean, pretty much everywhere you go and anywhere you look, you're not going to be able to see it. Again, the little window there for the visibility, plus the heat won't get trapped under there and it won't cause any premature cracking or for it to break or anything like that. So really nice solution, really like it. Again, big Cobb fanboy, so it was one of the things I saw it, I knew I had to have it. Man, oh man, I love how this truck is coming out. I actually ordered some new tow hooks. I just got the OEM ones in black, so it's going to look very similar. I do not like the aftermarket options with the hooks and the D-rings, I believe they call them. I really don't like that look. I want to keep it as OEM plus as possible. So I just bought a brand new set of OEM black ones. So still gonna have tow hooks, but they're just gonna be black and not be chrome. Don't worry, that's going. I'm waiting for the new emblems to arrive. And then the fog lights as well. So front end has got a lot of attention. It has changed drastically. I also removed that bottom air dam here. So a lot has changed and I absolutely love how this is coming out. Engine bay, front end. Now we're going to start moving onto the side and eventually the wheels and tires. I cannot wait for that. It's really kind of the bread and butter to my whole entire vision and I can't wait for you guys to see it. It's going to look so awesome. I love this truck. I never realized how much I like driving a truck or owning a truck. So this is such a fun experience, especially coming from such a small car like the STI and being so familiar modifying cars and never a truck. This is my first truck. So it has been a lot of fun and I love driving it. It's such a good time. And also the inclement weather as well. Subarus are obviously great in the snow, but having something with a ton of ground clearance and not having to worry about being 3 inches from the ground is pretty amazing. I can just drive up any driveway, any incline, anything. And I don't have to worry about it at all. So it is a really, really nice change and I love driving this truck. So, all right, we got that finished. Even though it's very simple, I wanted to highlight that because it is a really, really nice piece. And it was something that I wanted to address since a lot of people didn't mention it in previous videos of what I was gonna do. So let's go ahead, let's move on to the little turn signals on the mirrors. Real quick, as you can see, these are the stock turn signals. They are LED, which is nice. Usually this stuff is just normal incandescent or halogen bulbs, but these are LED. I'll show you the function of them when they're on, just so you guys get an idea and the difference. But as you can see, they stand out a little bit too much. I'm obviously going for the blacked out look. So those have to go. And it's going to match the really nice Morimoto XB LED headlights. Very small detail, but if you guys know me and watch all my stuff, you know all the small details count and it's part of the big picture. So let's go ahead, install them. Really straightforward install as well. And then we can wrap this video up. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna do to install the turn signal mirrors is actually remove the mirror. Very simple. All you wanna do is push it forward so you can get some access underneath, and then you're simply just gonna pull up and out. And I just broke my mirror. Cool. Then once you have it removed, you're just going to unplug this little plug right here and the mirror could come out. All right, next up, there are 4 T15 screws. So there's one here, one in that hole, one at the bottom here, and then one right here. So we're gonna remove those and then the cap will be able to come off. All right, now we can actually slip this cap off and then we can get access to the turn signal right there. Whoa, check that out. A beehive. Jeez. I wonder when that was made. Obviously, there's no bees in it, but pretty crazy. All right, so pretty dirty under here. I'm just gonna go ahead and wipe them down. I'm not gonna spray anything on them. Just gonna get all the dust and kind of grossness out of here because don't plan on being in here anytime soon again. So let me just clean this up real quick. All right, so now we're going to replace this with this. So as you can see the difference, this is just chrome. Let me turn this on real quick so you guys get an idea what it looks like before I replace it. It looks like there's just 3 LEDs in the back here that just is diffused through the entire light. So there's no actually LEDs right here. They're just back here. So let's go ahead, replace it, and then I'll show you the difference. All right, there we go. There's the sequential in motion. So as you can see, super bright. It's actually a full LED strip going across the entire housing. It's not just the little LEDs on the inside. Really, really nice. So as you can see, they're both in unison, look really good. They're both going from the inside out. So really, really nice, really clean. So let's go ahead. Let's put that back together. I just gotta put the screws in and then the mirror, and then we can go on the other side and finish it up. So if we go to the other side, just so you can see the difference, how much these stand out compared to the Morimoto ones. Looks way better, blends in nicely. But do me a favor, don't be an idiot and don't manhandle the mirror and chip it in the corner up here. I got a little too excited and I pulled a little too hard and it nicked the corner up here on the actual mirror plastic. I got to order a new one. Not a big deal. They're not expensive, but still pain in the butt, and I should have been paying attention. So let's be a little bit more careful on the other side and don't do what I did. Got both of the turn signals installed, so everything is good, looking great, matching up with the Morimoto XP LED headlights. So really, really nice touch, really happy with that. And it blends in with the mirrors nicely. So there you go. Really simple install, relatively cheap, and I definitely recommend them. All right, guys, so that is all I have for this video. Short and sweet. A couple little mods that I just wanted to get done. Really cold tonight, so I wanted to get them done quickly. I got to order up a driver mirror, but that is about it. Everything else went smoothly. So if you guys have any questions at all about the tank cover or the sequential turn signals, leave them in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to answer. But in the meantime, keep it clean, keep it simple, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.